Hello, it's Andrew at Gongs Unlimited, and I'm here with the beautiful Gong by Broder, the 36-inch Makemake Gong. This is a planetary gong. It's from the Kuiper Belt, Makemake. It's out there with Pluto and Sedna. There's smaller planets, and all of them, if you want to think, are fairly recently discovered. If you think 1930 is more recent than when go back into ancient times when they knew about Mars and Venus and all those gongs. It's named after an Easter Island creator god, the Easter Island Polynesian tribe, the Rapa Nui. They created their god was Makemake, who was a sort of a male creator god with a bird head or birds involved that would also work towards a feminine energy too. It was like there's action to be taken, but then there's also receptivity. Why this gong was named that way is kind of interesting. The the astronomers who were searching for it and were kind of hunting for the planet, when they were getting all the calculations, they were secretly calling it the Easter Bunny God because they first found it right around Easter time. And so when it was time to actually name the planet, they went to the Easter Island and used one of their divine characters. The reason why all these gongs out there, Pluto, Sedna, Makemake, are all named after that is it's the rules of the International Astronomical Association. They want them to be named after gods in the Kuiper Belt. So that gives you a little bit of background of who Makemake is, and then you got to take a look a little bit at what the energy is. That's what I'm here to talk about a little bit today before we do our healing, is because it's a new planet. It was discovered in the early 2000s, and I've been looking at various various astrologers as they try to figure out the energetic signature, and we're still new to this. So some people are going, oh, it's about environmental activism, or it's about this, and sure, it could be about all that. And one of the more interesting ways that people are looking at that is to see where it was in the sky and activating other planets. And this is all valuable information that's going to keep coming. But so I take a step back and go, this planet could have been discovered at the same time Pluto was discovered. Makemake could have been discovered then, but it was on a particular orbit that kind of made it hidden from astronomers' abilities to see it then. It was on a path that kept it kind of in a blind spot for them. So on one level, if you look at things as synchronistic, and if you look at them as when the right time happens, it will, it wasn't time for us to have the Makemake into our consciousness. Certainly Pluto was time, the dredging up of muck. We had to really become aware, like, hey, we got a lot of muck to dredge up these last 100 years. And we're still dredging. So what is Makemake about? When I start to look at it, it's a planet a dwarf planet that's become much more important to us in the very near future, because I see it really kind of activates on a personal level or on a societal humankind kind of level. It's able for us to start to be able to process some of our repressed memories. And while, yes, that could be personal, psychological repressed memories, I see it much more like and you can use it that way. I see it on like a past life level for both us as individuals and as our group consciousness of humanity. So we're starting to look at more and more, and I think it's going to start to come out in the next 20, 30, 40 years, some more of the muck that we left over from Atlantis, from other time periods. And how do you release that? How does that come out? We're starting to take a deeper step. It may not appear that way on the surface in our society in 2022, but we're starting to take deeper looks into that. So, for example, this morning I worked on with the Makemake Gong. I said, well, what repressed stuff do I have that I want to release? And it had been a past life when I was a warrior. I wasn't from this lifetime. I got enough repressed stuff. It was a past life thing when I'd been a warrior in Roman culture, and I had was devoted to the general and to the emperor of that time, and I killed a lot of people. And then I realized at the end of it, oh, I was just behaving. I was trying to please them, and I was doing these killings as a warrior and as a soldier. And I stopped and I said I was never again going to do that sort of thing. And it's funny now because this lifetime I have a distrust of authority figures, all that kind of stuff, and don't really like violence at all. That's great. You say, well, good, you're not killing anyone. But what's interesting is that it does block me from moving forward if I can't react well to an authority figure or a situation. I could never work well in a corporate or a group thing. So that repressed, stuck energy I started to release today with the help of Makemake. And that's just me. That's just my example for this morning. Things keep moving. There'll be some other things. But for you, today when we do this healing, allow yourself to respond to things that are necessary, like, oh, my repressed memory I'm looking for when the kindergarten teacher smacked me on the head with a ruler or something. Take a step back from that level of consciousness and allow yourself as your spiritual consciousness, your unconscious right now because you're not aware of it, allow that to step up and get a healing from this gong. In the same way, I really think we're going to start to see Makemake working more once we start to understand its cycles and its energy astrologically, we'll be able to start to see how it's affecting us as humans. These new dwarf planets that are coming into our awareness are really going to be great as on a global perspective. I mean, for those of you who are into astrology, it's been a delight. It's been a true delight to have Pluto in Capricorn since about 2007, 2008. But guess where it's going next? I believe it's going into Aquarius. And that's a lot of more social, the structures that Pluto is going to go through in Aquarius are going to be a lot different than what we've experienced through Capricorn. So that's why I think these planets are going to be really helpful in the next few years for all of us. So let's take a break of me talking this way, and we'll talk about healing. So let's take a breath. That was a lot of information I just spoke in this video. Take a breath, and if you have a chance, sit back in your chair. Sit back on the couch. If you're watching this on a TV, great. If you're watching on your phone, great. If you're leaning over someone's shoulder on the subway and watching it through there, that's great. Just breathe. Close your eyes. And I want you to imagine, as you're breathing and you're feeling your body, and I want you to kind of imagine yourself behind your eyes in the center of your head. That's a good place for you to be as a spirit. I want you to say hello to all the energy that might be charged up in your body right now. All this talking about getting ready to release something. And I just want you to imagine for a second that your body is glass. You have a glass body. Not body that's going to break or shatter, but just like it's transparent and things don't stick to it. And so allow this energy that's kind of building up to kind of just dissipate out of your body. You don't have to hold it or squeeze it or fight it or resist it, or even that level. Just let it go. Just let it go down to the center of the planet. Let it go out to a bubble and explode it. And just imagine yourself glass. And when things get charged up, you can say hello to them and just let them leave. Maybe you're feeling a tightness in your body, and that's just you holding on to stuff. So say hello to that. Turn into a glass, clear, transparent. If there are noises that come out, let them come out. If they're all right, great. Now I want you to kind of imagine not going out there, but staying right in your space, inside your aura. Imagine an image of the planet Makemake, the dwarf planet, on your viewing, in your mind's eye. It's a reddish planet if you need a color. And just say hello to it. Same way you might say hello to Earth. That's why we know she's feminine, Mother Earth. We know the energy of that. Her body is female. Now, you're not saying hello to the Rapa Nui god. You're just saying hello to the planet energy that we've named Makemake. And just kind of tune in and say hello. And see if you notice a hello back. Did you? How did you experience that? And I want you to remember, you're not saying hello to the body of the planet. You're not saying hello to the spherish object that's out there far away. You're saying hello to the spirit. So you don't have to yell. Spirit to spirit communication, there's no time or space. It's just there. Makemake can hear you if you say hello. Spirit to spirit communication. And after you feel like you're getting a good hello, you can ask Makemake to provide you a healing for where you're working on. Knowing that the planetary energy is here to help kind of work on repressed spiritual memories, past lives, stuck other stuff. Ask it to heal something you're not even aware of. Don't go, hey, could you heal my left ankle? It hurts. My left ankle hurts. I banged it. No. You're probably not aware of this. I wasn't aware of what I got a healing on this morning. And as that connection started to happen, allow the frequency, the sound frequency, to help with that healing too. And just notice where the healing energy goes. Okay, I'm going to do a little playing now. And as that energy, hopefully you're getting some stuff dislodged, or you're becoming aware of it. Maybe you just feel it. Maybe you feel like a chunk of energy behind your head or in your hands, or it's all where the places where this block was. Maybe you're getting inklings of what it is. You could ask it like, oh man, I've got hot energy in my hands. What is it? What are you coming from? Or man, my fourth chakra hurts, or my fifth chakra hurts. That's some of that unconscious, deep, kind of deeper stuff that was stuck, a spiritual stuckness, a repressed memory. But it can come out. And the great thing about getting healing from a planet, planetary energy, is you also see how it's a spirit like you are too, has a different body, has a different job in this universe. I mean, you got to admit, Earth is a really forgiving mother concerning the various civilizations we've been on here. And she even let a bunch of giant lizards walk around her for a while. Oh, I know some evangelicals don't believe there were giant lizards here. But there were. We called them dinosaurs. But the good thing about it is when you realize that that planet is a being, it's a spirit, and you are a being, a human being. After getting the healing, it's really good to take a step back, because maybe you didn't get it all. And I'm not here to make you perfect at the end of this healing. I'm just trying to get it. Is a really good thing is now, maybe things are still stirred up a little bit, they're not all gone, is to kind of connect and say hello, for lack of a better term, the Supreme Being, the creator of all of us, the creator who created that planet, created us spiritually, and ask for a final cleanup, a little cleanup of what maybe got stirred up from that, the Makemake healing. Maybe you didn't get it all out, and I'm not going to play the gong here for another 2 hours for it to really go. I'd like to play a gong for you for 2 hours today, but I'm not going to. But you can connect to God, Allah, whoever you want to call, and just allow that final healing, to the stuff that got loosened up from this Makemake healing, to fully be processed. And the divine source will always happily do that if you ask. It's like, oh, you're moving some old stuck energy? Great. Because if you move the old stuck energy, I can give you more things. We can do more things. I really think this gong that Oetken Gongs has so delightfully created for us, they took that vault into this world, is a really magnificent healing instrument for some of you out there who like to work on these kind of big picture healings with yourself or your clients. I really look forward to the day when their Makemake gongs making their way everywhere around our planet, helping us do some big release of stuck stuff. So continue healing yourself, getting help, and if you need to, practice some more with this video. And if you have questions, please ask us. Thanks. That's Andrew at Gongs Unlimited.